Welcome to the Backdoor Cover. We were off last week. We're back again now. Presented to you by BetterThanVegas.com and Tax Relief Advocates. Visit TRA.com or call Tax Relief Advocates at 1-888-710-2434 for any tax issues. Or if you just want to complain about the show or tell them how much you love it.
Hey, I figured out where I want to start on this. I got a little rant real quick.
Okay, go.
Perfect.
In this Dodgers-Braves game, this is the third time that Ozzie Albies has come to the plate as a right-handed hitter, and Dave Roberts continues to put him there when he's exponentially better from the right side. He's playing with fucking fire, and this game is going to be tied if he keeps fucking around.
Let's be honest here, and I'm not the biggest baseball guy in the world, but I know enough to know this. Dave Roberts is the worst manager of a really good team that I've seen in a long time. If not for him, this team has more than one World Series during this span. He is an impediment to them. They're just so fucking talented that they overcome him.
Well, there are some people in the know that would say Dave Roberts isn't even managing the team, that he's basically just a puppet. But
wait, does any baseball manager manage the team? It's a ridiculous job, right? You're you're like a 60-year-old dude at this point, usually. All right. So there's some younger coaches. You're running around with stirrups on and a tight uniform. Your balls are hanging down.
See what I'm fucking saying?
It's
fucking single, 4-3.
It's the silliest job. And what are you doing? So you set the lineup like, hey, before you get up there, I really want you to look for the curveball. These fucking assholes aren't doing that.
It is absurd that they wear
all
the
they do.
It is crazy to me that you see like 70-year-old men with big old beer bellies wearing a fucking elastic uniform.
Yes.
That's the best part. Is why do they have to wear the uniform? Like,
it's
come on,
ridiculous.
guys.
Because they're still children as well. They don't know what the hell is going on. They're rolling the tobacco up in the big league chew pouch, right? They're throwing it in there.
Oh
they're
no,
spitting around.
Those managers, Jim Leland used to burn heaters
smoke.
right in
He
the
used to
dugout.
rip
Oh yeah, you
heaters
smoke
in the
darts
dugout.
out. We used to be able to drink in the dugouts till like America.
There's actually
a
hell of a T-shirt with like
if-
Leland just smoking in
If
the
you
dugout.
don't think Tony La Russa's drinking in the dugout, you're out of your fucking mind.
Tony La Russa's drinking all the time. That's
Tony La Russa
just
drinks while he
numerous
takes a
DUIs.
shit. Tony La Russa drinks in the shower, which I have done from
Hold
time
on,
to time.
that's
so
not a
gonna
bad
judge him.
thing. I drink.
First
No.
off, shower beers are the best beers.
You ever had shower cereal where you just turn around and shit backwards and eat it on the top of the back?
What?
Well, you never had a bowl of cereal while you're taking a shit?
What?
No, I have
You
never
turn-
eaten while shitting.
You ever been so hungover that you can't
No.
sit on the toilet, so you turn around and rest on the back of the toilet? And
I
shit
have
backwards?
never had that happen to me.
Okay.
No,
Well, you're missing out.
no, I have never had to do that.
No.
You're missing out, bro.
No, I've never reverse cowgirled the fucking toilet.
I reverse cowgirl the toilet several times. Just rest up there. I could sleep like that. It's like sleeping on a desk when you're 11. No problem.
Oh,
Bam, bam, boom, just like that.
fucking drooling on it and shit.
Because
The layers of the onion just keep getting peeled back.
that's correct. I still know. I thought everyone did that. I don't know.
No,
I thought
no,
everyone did
definitely
that.
not. Definitely not.
Okay. Fair enough.
Somehow the fucking Seahawks are going to wind up punting this ball. I don't even know how it's possible.
But it's going to happen. Oh yeah. I
So,
forgot
you
I
know
had
what?
that.
You know what I want to talk to you two about? Because I somehow, Brian, I don't think I even talked to you about this. We're like a week removed from, I think, one of the best heavyweight title fights I've ever seen.
Oh, that fight was amazing.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
I mean,
I enjoyed it. I had an interesting. Well, I don't want to talk about that night that much. I've talked about it too much over the last week, but it was a fun fight. You're right. One of the best heavyweight title fights I've seen. I really, really wanted Wilder to pull it out, so there'd be a reason.
We
for
broke his
another one.
fucking hand.
listen,
Once he broke his hand, it was over.
Deontay Wilder has nothing to be ashamed of. That was
No.
a fucking war between two guys who I love more than anyone in boxing because they go in there just throwing fucking bombs.
They did.
Haymakers.
They
They
are
did.
just trying to knock the other one out, and that's it. That's the
Mhm.
only goal. Wilder did break his hand, which I think we noticed in the second half of the fight because he was visibly favoring it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. and he kept
but
playing
think
with
about
it.
that.
Which I don't like, by the way. Which I don't like.
You know, like what?
That he's favoring it, like
But what are you
showing it.
supposed to do,
He
bro?
didn't
You
need
gotta-
to.
I mean,
he
dude,
Busted
he
hand.
broken fucking
No.
hand. What are
Yeah,
you
but
gonna
how
do?
many? You know how many boxers break their hands in boxing? I follow
Kyle,
boxing
let me-
very
let me-
closely.
Okay, but let me
You
just
don't see a lot of them go.
Fucking Christ,
oh,
you
God.
motherfucker,
Oh,
Dave
oh.
Roberts. God
Oh.
damn.
let me just say this though, Kyle. he's got a broken hand and he's throwing that thing as hard as he was throwing it. That had to fucking hurt like a son of a bitch every time he threw it.
Of course, but I mean, you know how many times like even a guy like we don't consider a tough guy. You know how many times Floyd Mayweather broke his hand in a boxing match? You know how many times?
How many times did he knock people out?
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying you don't show your opponent that you're hurt. You don't show anybody.
I don't disagree that it's not a great strategy.
On your shield.
Don't you remember Roy Jones Jr. winning a fight with his fucking hand behind his back?
Well, there comes a point with the broken hand when it numbs up and you can throw it even harder. I don't think Wilder got to that point because Wilder was fucking out on his feet. But I don't think, Brian, to your point that like you want to have a reason to do it again. I don't think
we can't fight it again.
No, I don't think we're done with these two. I think what has to happen.
Only two. I mean, Anthony Joshua sucks. He's so
what
overrated.
Has to happen is Tyson Fury has to unify these titles. Like he's got to do it.
Yeah, Joshua's going to get the next.
Well,
fight.
Wilder has to beat Joshua. Wilder needs to get through Joshua and
But Joshua doesn't have the belts right now.
I know, but Joshua is, basically the de facto number 2.
What I would do, if I had the puppet strings in boxing, what I would do is I would put Fury up against this fucking Russian who's got the belts,
right?
Because hopefully Fury just runs through him, and I would put Wilder and Joshua together, and the winner of that fight would get a shot at the undisputed Fury.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Wilder has to beat Joshua.
Wilder's got to get back on the horse and get a couple of knockouts.
And he's got to do it. Like he's got to beat someone like
he's got to do it quick.
And he would knock out Joshua relatively
easily.
Oh my
God. Yeah. Anthony Joshua's got a fucking
glass chin. Yes, he does. His chin is not good. And I don't think he's all that powerful. I mean,
he's not powerful enough to stop Wilder.
I don't think so.
Let me add this too. Who looked worse after they got knocked out? Daniel Jones or Wilder?
Daniel Jones.
Of course.
Daniel Jones looked like he didn't know what planet he was on.
No, he did not. Dude, that was bad.
Which again, that's why that fight, it amazes me. Daniel Jones took a shot to the head wearing a helmet, one shot, and it wasn't even like a crazy bad shot.
No,
right.
And he was stumbling around like he didn't know where the fuck he was. These two guys spent 10 rounds just wailing on each other.
The fuck out of each other.
And they kept coming back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how that – I thought Wilder was done in the third round. And then he comes back and puts Fury down twice, and the two of them are just trading massive shots to the head. Like, they're not even fucking working the body.
And you know that the heavyweights are crazy, too, because Fury outweighed Wilder by 60 pounds.
Yeah.
It was, 238 and 277, 49 pounds, excuse me. I think 39 pounds. That's the only weight class that's not even allowed to happen in heavyweight MMA. You can't even be over 265 pounds.
And he's just fucking. And
so I feel like Fury's just too talent. Like Wilder is an absolute monster. He's one of the favorite boxers I've ever watched fight. I absolutely love him. But it's just if Fury's on, he's too big. How are you supposed to? Yes. Wilder, he's not going to get any closer to getting knocked out than he did getting knocked down twice in that round against Wilder.
Listen, the only way Wilder wins that fight. Well, there's two ways. One, he catches Fury on a bad day, which is possible because Tyson Fury seems like a lunatic.
Sure, he is. Or an awesome lunatic. I love him to death. Yeah, those are my two favorite boxers. I love him.
Or he lands that fucking right just flush.
I mean fucking pretty close. I mean, those two knockdowns were. I mean, that first one,
dude. And there was a couple other times he stung him, and he probably should have gone down, and he didn't go.
Fury's so big.
Fury reminds
280 pounds.
You all seen the movie Snatch? I mean,
of course, he's a pikey.
Tyson Fury is a pikey. Right, yeah. I mean, he's a crazy gypsy.
The one criticism I'll make of Deontay Wilder is, I thought in that first round when he was working the body, it worked, and he went away from it so fast.
Yeah, like I think his ass knocked down.
No, but I mean, by the second round, he was done with it. Like
neither one of them had any defense, which is hilarious.
I think if you work the body of Tyson Fury for 10 rounds, it might set him up for a knockout.
I mean, the problem is Fury is so big,
guy, but he's fucking flabby as shit.
Yeah, but the problem with that is, and that's probably why he went away from it. Fury is so big So you hit someone in the body and you have that arm down. He just throws a little counter left over the top, and it feels like a normal heavyweight is hitting you with a big punch, and it knocks you off. He's so much bigger. It's a 40-pound weight difference.
And that's
like the middleweight champion of the world fighting the featherweight champion of the world. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, and Wilder's corner even said that after the first couple rounds. Like, every time you jab, you got to. They kept saying you got to hold the phone. You got to hold the phone.
Wilder never put his hand.
Every time he throw the jab, he'd never have that hand up. And
because you know what, Brian? Though you've got to think like Wilder's fought 43 times. 41 of those times, he never had to put his fucking hand up once.
I know. No, well, exactly. And that's why he probably lost twice to Fury now. I mean,
yeah. Great fight.
I could watch those guys fight, and
I could watch it all
6 more times.
Yeah,
I could watch it as much as they want to do it. I'll do it.
Look, let's be honest. Heavyweight title fights typically don't live up to expectations.
Most boxing matches
don't. They just hit a couple times and hug. Hit a couple times and hug.
These fucking guys want to just knock each other's heads off.
They were like little flyweights out there, just fucking slinging.
Mm-hmm.
So great fight. We've had an interesting day of football today. Not great games, I would say, with the exception of Dallas and New England. And this one's actually turned out to be better than I thought.
What a great cover by Dallas. Thank you, fucking Jesus, for Dallas covering. Thank you so much.
CeeDee Lamb, shout out. You're my
shout out to my boy. And he's also on my fantasy football team. I have 168 points in our fantasy league.
What about fucking Mike McCarthy? Again, going for it on 4th and 1 twice and getting stopped twice on the same fucking play.
He's just and then going for that 51-yard field goal late. Why wouldn't you go for that 4th and 1 the way your offense is running the ball? Mike McCarthy is such a fucking moron. He's a blithering fool. I hope he has a shitty fucking Christmas. I really do. I hope his Christmas sucks because I can't stand that guy.
Do you ever wonder, like, and I don't know, like, the relationship between Jerry Jones and Dak Prescott because there was the issue with him getting paid and all that shit. But, like, if you're Dak Prescott, he seems like a fairly intelligent guy. He knows what he's doing out there. He's obviously very talented. He's playing the best football of his career. How do you not go to Jerry Jones and be like, this dude's a fucking problem? Like, he's a problem.
He's bad.
Like, he actively cost them games last year. He has tried to do it this year. Yes. They've just been too talented, and they've overcome it. The shit against the Chargers, where he just didn't know how much time was on the clock, is inexcusable.
Why doesn't he just call Aaron Rodgers up and go, Jerry, I'd like you to talk to my good friend Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to put you on speakerphone. And Dak just goes, hey, Jerry, Aaron, could you tell Jerry about Mike McCarthy's football IQ and how good of a coach he is?
Don't understand.
And listen to Aaron Rodgers explain how the Packers should have 4 Super Bowls and not 1. But Mike McCarthy is such a goat fucking moron that, he doesn't know when to call a timeout. Doesn't know what plays to call. He doesn't know how to manage a game. He doesn't know shit. And before he got that job in Green Bay, by the way, I'm a 49er fan. I'm old enough to remember. He was the offensive coordinator for the 49ers the year before. He was actually one of the driving forces in taking Alex Smith over Aaron Rodgers. And our offense was ranked 30th in the league that year. We were an abysmal offense for the 49ers. Mike McCarthy is a joke, always will be a joke. I can't fucking stand him.
I will shout out this, though. They're not only 6-0, but they're 6-0 against the spread. Keep riding that workhorse.
They're 5-1. They lost Tampa.
Spread?
No, 6-0 overall.
5-1. They're 6-0 against the spread.
Yeah.
Listen, that team is incredibly talented.
Yeah.
The
defense showed holes. Let's talk about it right now because I wasn't impressed with their defense today. That New England offense is fucking terrible. Matt Jones is not good. There's no good wide receiver. You gave up an 80-yard touchdown to Kendrick fucking Bourne. Did you see how slow he was?
But
he was like Lightning McQueen popping a tire. And
you're not wrong, but that's going to be the give and take with Trayvon Diggs.
That was not Trayvon Diggs' fault.
Trayvon Diggs did not play great defense on that play. He was looking for a pick.
I'm just saying you can't give up 20.
He had safety help over the top. He tried to undercut.
I agree with you that the safety is more to blame. But Trayvon Diggs, listen, you're going to live with this with Trayvon Diggs. And Brian, when you were here a month ago,
like Marcus
you were about it too. Trayvon Diggs is going to get burned a few times a game because he's jumping routes.
That's what Marcus Peters does for Baltimore as well.
But that particular play was not his fault.
I'll take it.
That was not his fault. I will give you that he is way too aggressive and he's going to get burnt from it. But that was not the play to burn. It wasn't even a double move. The dude was running a post. Trayvon did exactly what he's supposed to do there. He cut underneath. He missed. The safety's there to tackle him and help, and the safety fucked up. The safety almost was in front of Diggs, which is absurd.
I agree. So that was a good game. I mean, the Cowboys were obviously very good.
It was a good game, but I would say that defense still as bad as it was last year.
I don't think they're as bad. I think Dan Quinn's playing better.
Maybe a little.
Oh, we going to take a piss?
Yeah, I got to be.
Show the count.
You give up 29 points. I think that New England offense is putrid. So I was underwhelmed with that defense. Let's make sure this is our weekly check to see if BlackJack needs super beta prostate. We need to get a hold of it. I don't like free plugs, but Joe Theismann can sort you out. I think there's a 1-800 number or
show us the cow.
The cow.
Oh, the cow.
There she is.
The cow.
No, I didn't want to see his hog.
Okay, now show us the calf.
Speaking of coaches who are goat fuckers, Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, has anybody? Can I just say I think he's the most overrated coach in all of pro sports?
Wow,
Why
what
wouldn't
a
he
take.
be? I mean, shit. Look at him in Cleveland. He sucked.
His record without Tom Brady is like 60-72. Like he walked into the greatest athlete of all time, and it acts like he is some fucking brilliant, delicate genius. And without him, he's nothing. And the worst part of this is he fucking ran him out of town.
I mean,
like at one point, if you're Bob Kraft.
So are you saying that Bill Belichick is the Dorothy of football?
Ooh, I saw this on Twitter earlier this week.
Dorothy?
I like where we're going here.
He's the Judy
Wizard
Garland of
Oz,
coaching.
Man.
Overrated.
Oh.
So remember we did a show earlier where we talked about bad women in TV like Rose from the Titanic. What an absolute awful.
The worst.
Right?
I mean, this is we could have some fun here.
Okay, well let's talk about Dorothy from Wizard of Oz, all-time classic. Everyone loves Dorothy. Poor girl just, wanted to get home. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this little bitch Dorothy and this crime syndicate leader Glinda for just a minute here. So, let me get this straight. Your house lands on the Wicked Witch of the East. Okay. Maybe she's a bad person. Maybe she lives a different lifestyle, but you just don't like her. I get it. She didn't know this woman. Her house lands on her. She kills her by accident. Okay. Fair enough. Involuntary manslaughter at worst. Right?
I don't I think that's an act of God, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
But let's just, maybe this happened in Canada, so it's involuntary manslaughter and you get like 8 years with the Mounties. I don't know, whatever they do. They make you eat American bacon and not Canadian bacon. You're in jail, whatever they do to
Canada, but go ahead.
Whatever they do to them out there. I love Canada, obviously.
Fuck Canada.
Whatever they do.
CFL's been fucking me in the ass this week.
Damn. Whatever they do, just kick them out. So the house lands on Dorothy, or it lands on the Wicked Witch of the East. She's laying there with these ruby slippers out there. The Wicked Witch of the West comes down, pretty pissed off. Who killed my sister? Why wouldn't she be? Right? No matter whether you agree with her lifestyle or her beliefs, the Wicked Witch of the West, is she a little mean? Sure. Is she ugly? Sure. Does that mean she's not allowed to grieve over her sister? Absolutely not. I don't know who the fuck they think they are. So then let's make matters worse. She's like, okay, my sister's dead. Where are her slippers? Now, you guys are lawyers. Someone dies, goes to the family, right? There's some battles over it. It could be a trophy wife that's battling the family, whatever. It needs to be either the family or the wife, someone related to the person gets their belongings. Well, the good witch, Glinda, this fucking criminal, she comes down saying that she's a good witch, decides, you know what? I'm going to give you, Dorothy, who did not know this woman you just accidentally killed, this woman's slippers. The Wicked Witch of the West is rightfully pissed. Those should be hers. And then Dorothy's just like, well, fuck it. I'll keep them. Since they have so much power, I'll keep them. No, what you are is a little fucking klepto. You should have died the entire fucking movie. I've been rooting for the Wicked Witch of the West ever since I had this epiphany. And then when I really look back on it, like Glinda should almost be put down on RICO charges. She was committing this and helping this theft among several counties in Oz. Some would call them different states. We have a RICO case against Glinda, And Dorothy is a whiny, complaining,
I'm going to
manipulative
be honest with you.
thief of
I
a bitch.
haven't seen. Oh, someone's really hurting this game.
Let's not pass over the fact she brainwashed other people to help carry out her deeds, very much like Charles Manson.
Promising things that she knew she couldn't promise. She had never
Someone
met
is-
this
someone
wizard.
is really hurt in
Yeah.
this.
I mean,
But she's
okay,
like,
we're
"Oh."
talking major stuff here, BlackJack. Yeah, I mean, like seriously, Charles Manson, what did he? They're basically the same people. Charles
Bingo.
Manson and Dorothy are basically the same people.
Exactly. You're exactly right. Oh, I'm on the way to this trip to get what I want with stolen property. I need
Oh
protection.
God!
Let me promise this poor straw stuffed scarecrow a brain. Who the fuck are you to say that the Wizard of Oz can put a brain in you?
Yeah, come on, dude. They didn't even have that technology back then.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
This is fucking bullshit.
It's absolute
And
bullshit.
used all those munchkins, like used little people.
Yeah. Oh,
I
and let's
mean,
not forget the
come
fact
on,
that she
just
lied
exploit
about what Toto
the
did.
shit
She
out
said
of 'em.
Toto didn't do anything. Then it turns out Toto really did bite Miss Gulch.
And Toto definitely took a shit in somebody's yard.
Yes, exactly. And then when they suggest, why don't you just go a different way? She's such a spoiled little fucking brat that I don't want to go the other way. No, you caused this problem. You killed that witch. You stole her property.
I'm
Those poppies-
100% on the Charles Manson and Dorothy are the same person at this
I
point.
haven't
Like,
seen Wizard
tell
of
me
Oz
I'm wrong.
in maybe 25 years, so
Do
I
you
don't.
need to?
I can't really get into the plot. But there are awful women scattered throughout television and movies. One of my most hated, Adrian Balboa,
Oh my God.
the
Oh,
worst,
she's the worst.
least
Trying to get Rocky
supportive
killed.
wife of all time. This
Mhm.
woman was a pauper working in a pet store when Rocky plucks her out of obscurity. And wouldn't you think at some point during
Mhm.
their marriage, which during the movies spans, I don't know, 20 years,
Yes.
wouldn't you think that at some point you would develop enough belief in your husband that, you know what? He usually found a way to win.
Yeah.
Instead of constantly screaming at him, you can't win. You can't do it. You need to retire. You're like, she is the least supportive wife of all time.
Ever. It's not even
Other
close.
than maybe mine.
Oh, well,
Uh,
if we didn't have to put
No,
out a
I'm
date-
just teasing.
See, Rocky was a lot better to his wife, so Rocky was the
True,
world
Rocky was a
champion.
fucking saint to
So
this.
first
woman.
of all, he bought her a fucking mansion, Brian. Okay. Second of all, we didn't have to do daily call outs to make sure that you hadn't killed her. That he hadn't killed her.
No,
He was
Rocky
doing this.
was a
She's
saint
mad
to that woman. Okay,
Yes,
She's mad
an
at you right
absolute
now.
saint. He even took care of her fucking moron
brother who stole from him at every fucking
Paulie was a
turn.
piece of shit, and he
Okay.
looked out for Paulie.
And all she does is fucking put the guy down. Another terrible wife.
Yeah, she
Skylar
is.
White. Skylar White is awful.
Oh, the worst. She
Fucking
may be the worst.
awful. Okay? Your husband's got cancer. He's trying to put money away so you can live.
And you're
when
fine
he
with
dies,
it. And you're fine with it.
And you're a fucking incredible bitch to him about it.
Exactly. Like, why aren't you
Give me
helping
a
him?
break. Find me someone that is willing to cook meth so I can live when they're dead. I would love that person to death.
Exactly. That's called a ride or die. And you're right. She was an absolute fucking bitch. God, the worst.
Awful.
Fuck her.
Just the worst. Just the fucking worst. Oh,
Women-
God.
Basically, Dee Falco in all of her roles, she's pretty much the worst too. You can say
Oh, no,
what you want.
Soprano? I don't know. She wasn't terrible.
Oh, she was the fucking worst. She
I
was
don't
trying to
think
fuck
so.
the priest.
I mean, yeah, but you know,
She did some shit. She did
Tony,
some shit. She
Tony was a
tried to
piece
play.
of shit husband, so she's allowed to fuck
Yeah,
around a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
difference.
But she knew.
And you know what?
Hold on,
I'm coming
hold
from
on,
a
hold on,
sensitive area here. so
Hold on now.
I
Hold
think
on.
if the husband's a piece of shit, you should be allowed to fuck.
No,
him.
listen.
I
don't disagree
disagree
with
with
that.
Kyle here.
But she signed up for that. She knew what she was getting into.
Brian, but Rocky Balboa and Walter White were good husbands. Like they loved their wives.
What
Tony
did Tony
Soprano
not
did.
love her?
Tony Soprano
No, he did.
He didn't love her.
Tony Soprano
He
fucked her to
beat
get
her.
2 legs.
He beat her too.
Not even 2 legs. He fucked a one-legged chick.
Yeah. Oh, who wouldn't fuck a one-legged chick? First of all, that's
Hey,
just weird. Not
In
to.
all seriousness, though, she got to live a life of luxury coming from fucking nothing, and all she worried about is fucking the priest and what's his name, Florio or whatever.
Who's
like,
hurt? What the hell is happening in this game?
This is this guy is badly hurt.
Is this the first
is
death
it?
ever on an NFL field?
It's a linebacker.
Didn't Darryl
Seattle.
Stingley died in 1983?
His
Not
last name
Wagner.
his last name is Taylor. They showed the hit at before the last break. It was an awful, awful hit. His neck snapped backwards. He hasn't moved. Both teams were on knees around him.
Oh man!
I mean, he hasn't moved.
Well, in all seriousness,
How do you finish the game after that? That's such a weird, ominous. Is he not even going to?
Like most guys, like give.
So we're not going to get the hands up from this guy.
He has not moved.
It's Daryl Taylor, by the way.
That guy looks scared as shit. This does not look good.
No, it looks very bad.
I did not see the hit.
The hit's bad. It's bad.
Usually you like the little thumbs up thing when they're going on.
He like dives into the pile and hits his own teammate.
Of course.
In the chest, and his neck snaps back, and he hasn't moved.
I know that was a weird moment of quietness, but I think it's what it's supposed to.
Yeah,
Let's see a thumbs up. A thumbs up would be nice here.
I don't think you're getting one, dude.
I don't think you are either. The way his arms are strapped down like that, like he hasn't moved. That's
Wow.
That's eerie.
Jeez.
That's really fucking eerie.
Do not like that. Wow.
No, that sucks, man. And like just judging by like all these football things saying prayers up for this guy, like this is not good.
It's rare that you see both teams, like players from the sidelines, everyone on the field on a knee. Like,
well, the Bengals did that a couple years ago when that Steeler, delivered that ridiculous low. He lowered his head and
we're not getting a thumbs up here.
Caused his own problem, but
he's not dead because they'd be frantic right now if he wasn't breathing.
No, I don't think he's dead. I just think he's not moving.
Paralyzed. Hopefully not. Well, hopefully not. We like to have fun, and that one's not a joke. That's serious as shit, and you just hate to see that.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Kyle, I don't know how you go back out and finish this football.
Yeah, especially if you're a defensive player. How do you sell out and try to like?
What if you're the guy that? What if you're the fucking player that he hit? Like that's
tackling. You're tackling a little bit different, right? Unless you're D'Lo Brown, unless you're just a piece of shit and you'll just break someone's neck and never apologize.
D'Lo Brown. Whoa.
What?
I mean, it happened.
We're not going to besmirch D'Lo Brown.
I am. D'Lo Brown's a fucking piece of shit. D'Lo Brown never even apologized to Draws. He's a fucking piece of shit.
What?
D'Lo Brown, current bouncer in a Las Vegas strip club.
Yeah.
Is he really?
You don't know who Draws is? He was the third member of LOD. He came in as a guy that would puke. And D'Lo Brown.
The Legion of Doom? No.
How do you not remember this?
Okay,
I don't know. I guess I was too busy watching D'Lo Brown walk out.
Well, you need to look it up. D'Lo Brown. This is
First
when they
off,
finally...
the Legion of Doom didn't need three guys anyway. D'Lo Brown did them a favor.
I mean, he paralyzed them. He's now in a wheelchair. Paralyzed down with it badly performing a pile driver, which they ended up getting rid of the move after this.
Get rid of those.
Because you remember Owen Hart famously broke Stone Cold's neck that way. Luckily, he was able to continue to wrestle. But
he was.
D'Lo Brown broke this dude's neck. He's now in a wheelchair and is paralyzed from the waist down. And D'Lo Brown, he'll now say, "Oh no, D'Lo's cool." No, D'Lo Brown's a piece of shit.
He broke it at a I believe it was a house show. There's only
very limited footage of that.
Yeah, there's only pictures from what I can see. I can show you, Brian.
I'd rather not.
No, you have to see.
Well, no, you don't want to besmirch D'Lo Brown, so here we go. This is D'Lo Brown. And D'Lo Brown messed up on several moves, by the way. D'Lo Brown.
There's a lot of people that mess up on several.
He was a reckless fucking idiot. He was a reckless fucking idiot.
What is happening here?
He's going to show you how much of an idiot D'Lo Brown is.
Well, that's Randy Orton.
It's this one. So there's Draws. Do you remember him?
He used to puke. They called him Draws the puke, whatever.
And then he joined where D'Lo's got his head
way too low
towards the canvas.
Is that like a reverse pile driver too? It looks like his belly's
and that's him laying paralyzed. And if you want to pull up a picture, you can watch Dark Side of the Ring and watch him paralyzed and looks like just a fucking absolute. He can't walk anymore, can barely talk.
Ugh.
I mean, he talks, but not great. Yeah, D'Lo Brown, that's your boy.
Sucks.
The worst European champion of all time, and that's saying something.
This is draws now.
Keep in mind, Shane McMahon was European
Look at that.
champion.
He's got a fucking tank.
Not
It's
anymore.
A wheelchair.
You want to see him now? He is.
I'm looking at it. It's a goddamn tank he's riding in.
Brian, that's the before and after. That's not a good before and after.
That's because John Cena visited his house on a Saturday, you fuck. That's not what he always has. He got a Make-A-Wish day.
John Cena
He had a fucking Make-A-Wish day. He doesn't do that every day.
Christ.
Oh, we
You
should
sick
be laughing
bastard.
at paralyzed people.
Jeez Louise. We're treading a fine line here, but I think we've done it properly. I'm on the side of the paralyzed.
Can we get off the paralyzed and broken?
Yeah, let's get off that. Let's talk about other forms of well, I don't know how to say it properly. Let's talk about Kyrie Irving because he's fucked up.
What, idiot?
Okay.
I mean, like, I don't understand how the Nets don't trade him.
I don't know.
Like, somebody would take him in a market where he'd be able to play. Like, somebody would take him.
What, San Antonio maybe or something?
He's talented enough that there would be I mean, listen,
no, but where are you allowed to play every home game?
Everywhere except New York and San Francisco.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, do it.
I mean, there's some team like fucking Charlotte that'll be dumb enough to bite on him or something. Like, somebody would bite on him.
How dare you? See, Michael Jordan's where I draw the line. Like, D'Lo, I don't know why D'Lo Brown's your line in the sand. That guy's a fucking moron, but Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Oh, he's a piece of shit, too.
How dare you?
No, I love Michael Jordan, but he's been a terrible executive.
Oh, he's awful.
He's a terrible, terrible human, too, probably.
So
he's a fantastic human being. I guarantee you, Michael Jordan
why do you think he's a terrible human being?
He probably donated more to charity than we'll make in our entire
First
life.
off, y'all motherfuckers like OJ. Don't even get on me about D'Lo Brown. And OJ
no. I don't like
That's
OJ.
A fair point.
I don't like OJ. I love OJ.
Thank you. Yeah, let's get it right. I love him. I adore him. I worship him.
So I suck because I like D'Lo Brown, but
yes,
loving
you are
OJ.
A sick fuck. You're a sick fuck. You are a sick fuck. D'Lo Brown.
Good OJ Lord. Never paralyzed anyone.
Well, yeah, I don't remember.
So back to Kyrie. First off, this dude's an idiot. Like, vaccine or no vaccine, the flat earth stuff is where we should have drawn the line.
Okay,
like, at some point, this dude needs to be in a mental hospital.
You're not wrong. But
have you ever argued with a flat earther before?
No, why would you?
But it's very interesting because they don't have any set of actual, like, even ice cubes aren't made out of water. You know what I mean? There's no base level to work from.
I don't understand the flat earth thing because you can see the curvature of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's there. You can see it.
Apparently, the only way to really truly know is to go to, like, Antarctica in, like, 2023 and watch the lasers come down from space. They're fucking
What I don't understand about the Kyrie Irving thing is, number one, he comes out and says he's not anti-vaccine.
This is a great point. This is
a voice to the voiceless. Let me just say this as somebody who's attended multiple school board meetings here. The people that don't want the vaccine have a very loud voice.
Yes, they're not voiceless.
Very loud voice. Okay.
And also, Kyrie doesn't even talk to the media. So what kind of voice does he have?
Well, that's the other thing, and that's what Stephen A. Smith keeps saying, and he's 100% right, which is you only have a voice if you're playing basketball. If you don't play, nobody is going to listen to you.
Yep.
So what are we doing here? And, like, if I'm Brooklyn, if I'm Kevin Durant, right? Like, I'm Kevin Durant. I signed up for this shit in large part because of Kyrie Irving.
So take the fucking vaccine.
If I'm Kevin Durant and he won't do this, I'm in Sean Marks' office saying, get this guy the fuck out of here.
Agreed.
Why are we spending $40 million a year for a guy that's not going to be here?
Yeah, think they could have got Russell Westbrook instead.
they could have gotten any number of guys.
Did he make that? He made that. Wow, 59.
Yeah,
is that what it was?
Yeah,
good lord,
in that stadium.
Chris Boswell too.
Well, he knows that stadium.
Okay, so I thought you were going to say this when you were talking about it, but can we, before we even get to how? So Kyrie Irving's been like this for years. Kobe Bryant changed his life around. Thought he was, said some. Oh, dude, I love Kobe. I don't want to talk. I'm not ready to talk about it. but he wanted to be Kobe, and he wanted to have these deep thoughts and say these smart things. And he's just a fucking idiot, and he's not smart. And he went to Duke. You went for 1 fucking year. Shut the fuck up. Number 2, you cannot say that you're not anti-vaccine, but then give up $17 million to not get it. That by definition means you are anti-vaccine. There is almost nothing in this world I wouldn't let put into my body, and you can use your imagination for that. Right. For $17 million fucking dollars. You cannot say, I'm not anti-vaccine and I'm not pro-vaccine, but I'm not going to get it. I'm going to give up $17 million. Fuck over my fans. Fuck over my friends. Fuck over my teammates. But I'm not anti-vaccine. No, you stupid, ignorant fuck. You are anti-vaccine. You're not fooling anybody, trying to talk like a smart, calm, mellow person. I fucking cannot stand Kyrie Irving. He is the fakest, wannabe, smart fucking moron in the entire planet. He's the biggest douchebag in all of sports, and I'm including you, Dwight Howard, and that's when you passed Dwight Howard.
Whoa, that's my cousin, man. Calm down.
I'm sorry, Dwight Howard's a fucking douchebag as well.
You're
and
listen, Kyrie Irving is that he's like, I always use the example with him that, like, if you go to college and you have 4 roommates in 4 years and they're all assholes, you're the asshole.
That's exactly right.
You're the asshole. You couldn't get along with LeBron James after winning a title, okay? Nobody leaves LeBron James. You don't see that in the NBA. People take less money to play with LeBron James. You forced your way out. You went to Boston, said, I want to stay here forever. A year later, you left because you didn't like it there.
But don't you remember how he explained it to? Like, no, it wasn't LeBron. He tries to act like he's a smart, thought-out guy. Like, I'm so thoughtful with these deep thoughts.
Yeah,
you didn't need LeBron James. And the bottom line is, when LeBron wasn't in Cleveland and you were, that was a lottery team, okay?
That's correct.
LeBron James came and you won a title.
Yes.
All right? That's the difference.
He thinks he's the Dalai Lama of the NBA.
And now he is Brooklyn.
What he is the fucking dipshit of the NBA. You're not the fucking Dalai Lama.
Mind with him to Brooklyn.
By the way,
Durant, you know the one I feel bad for is James Harden.
James Harden did not ask for any of this.
No, I feel bad for James Harden. Okay,
why? He got out of Houston and is going to still be probably the best team in the Eastern Conference. Him and KD.
I don't think they are the best team. First of all, Kevin Durant, I think, is made of fucking glass at this point in his career. I don't think Kevin Durant's very durable anymore. I just don't. And that team traded away all of its fucking depth, all of it, for these guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I'm sorry. I don't think they're the best team in the East. I think Milwaukee is better than them. I like Miami now with Kyle Lowry a little bit. And if Philadelphia can ever figure out a way to fucking get Damian Lillard on that roster, goodbye to the rest of that conference.
Well, that's what he's at. But right now with Ben Simmons and Embiid, that's not going to work.
Simmons, what about?
That's not going to work.
By the way, we know Kyrie's getting the vaccine, right?
I don't believe he is.
I don't think he will.
I bet he does.
I think he's such a fucking moron. He's
a nut job.
Yeah.
No, I think you are dead wrong.
He is the guy. Kyrie Irving's logic when explaining this is basically like going into a grocery store, stealing a grocery cart full of groceries while having plenty of money in his pocket, walking out of the store and going, I am not a thief. I'm not pro-thief. You are a fucking thief. He has no logic. He thinks he does. He's a fucking idiot.
No, Brian, I don't
wants to masquerade as a smart person.
He does.
We saw it with Andrew Wiggins, right?
You heard him say.
Did Andrew Wiggins end up getting it or not?
Yes.
You heard him say, I'm not retiring, and I'm not going to let.
Who wants Kyrie in there? He's such a cancer in the locker. Who wants him?
But there will be teams.
No, you're right.
Who the fuck would want that idiot?
No, bullshit. There's plenty of teams that would fucking trade for him in a heartbeat.
I disagree.
You can disagree all you want. I'm telling you, there are NBA teams that will think they can get him in and it's worth it. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not going to be a shit show. Washington's a perfect fucking example.
Washington would probably
make that trade in a heartbeat, okay?
He'd probably retire before he played for them.
I do not think he's going to get the vaccine. But my point is, if I'm Brooklyn, how the fuck do I not move him?
I just don't know that there's value there. Honestly,
you're not going to get value
can just
back.
fuck around and be like, we don't want this fucking shit show.
But Brian, you don't have to get value back for him. The cap space alone is the value. The depth you could add is the value.
Well, if
right?
you got some 1-year contracts, expiring contracts, and
Or if you
maybe a
just
trade
added
exception.
decent bench players.
Send him out to Portland and bring in Dane.
Well, they wouldn't do that.
Portland wouldn't do that.
Portland's not. No way.
I feel like Kyrie needs to be in Portland, though. If there's one place that would embrace
Kyrie
Kyrie
needs to be one of the first people that go and try to live on Mars. Get the fuck out of here, you alien fucking idiot. I cannot.
Wouldn't that be a good sell? Just, hey, guys, we're going to start a new place on Mars. Let's take Kyrie. And
I would go to space with Kyrie so I could point down to him
weirdos.
and go, look, you fucking moron. Do you see it? Do you see the circle? Do you see it?
No, I just want to send them up there.
It would be nice
and then
to
leave them and be like, haha, joke's on you fuckers.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He's a disaster.
I would like to ask him, how do you explain the nighttime? Do you understand that it gets dark, right? So the sun isn't in the same spot the whole time.
There's multiple suns, asshole.
The sun
Everybody
just
knows
turns
that.
off, Kyle.
It just turns off. Yes, they pull that. I love those lamps. You know,
fucking light switch
with the
The
chain.
moon
with the
is
chain
the
switch.
nighttime sun.
Yes,
I've got one I'm looking at right now. My ceiling fan. You just pull the chains.
It's outrageous to me. But there are people. There are teams that would trade. Wow, are we gonna have a last second field goal here?
well, I think.
Are they gonna get this snap off? They do. 1 second left. The Seahawks are gonna kick field goal and try to tie this.
How far?
It's going to be 43, 44.
Oh, that's-
Myers is going to make it. That's a make. That's a done.
I don't
deal.
know.
There's a lot of there's going to be a review about whether they spiked the ball in time. I believe they did.
Dude, and the Seahawks 2 fumbles on this drive recovered by the home team. Jesus.
I believe they got it off in time.
2, 1. Oh, they got it off. Yeah, it did. He got it off. No, he did. He did. He definitely did.
Why did he? Oh, because they couldn't go out of bounds.
I'm glad you brought up Adrian Balboa. The one that really pisses me off the most is when he's going to fight Ivan. When he's going to fight
that's
Drago.
the one.
Okay.
That's the one.
So your wife does not. She, by all accounts, loved Apollo as well. They're family friends. Knew the wife, knew the kids. I mean, this was a close. So, we're all adults. We have, takes a village sometimes. You have friends with kids. You hang out. You all hang out. There's sleepovers.
Yeah, like OJ and the Kardashians.
Yeah, exactly. And when, sometimes some parents are a little drunker than the others. One's more hungover than the others. The one wakes up, makes breakfast for all the kids, right? You just have, you're a family, right? You are family, friends. You take care. Adrian doesn't give a fuck that Drago kills Apollo. He knows Rocky has to fucking honor his death. What else is he supposed to do? Are you fucking kidding me?
But
you're supposed to be
okay.
He screams at him, "You can't win."
It's just.
I mean, okay. Look, I don't agree with her, but let me just play devil's advocate here.
Oh.
So, in order to continue her lavish lifestyle, she's going to need Rocky to be alive, and
she's also going to need him to work.
And I get that, but let's be honest. Apollo Creed probably a little bit bigger, little better built than Rocky.
Not the way Rocky went into that fight, buddy. Not the way Rocky went into that ring in Moscow.
First off, Sylvester Stallone is 5'5".
Hold on. Sylvester Stallone is 5'5". Rocky
Balboa is 6'2".
Oh, what's Rocky Balboa 6'2"?
Rocky's 6'2".
So we're suspending reality, much like Chucky, right?
It's not real. Of course we're suspending reality.
What the fuck?
Okay.
How else are we supposed to get through life?
So anyway,
my entire life is a suspension of reality.
Look, tell me right now, as an outside.
Okay, so Rocky Balboa's weight or height was 5'10", 5'10", 210, about the size of Mike Tyson.
There's no way that dude's 5'10".
Anyway, in real life, go ahead.
God damn it.
Anyways, back to what I'm saying. Let's be honest, as outside onlookers, Apollo Creed is a much more awesome physical specimen than Rocky Balboa.
Sure, that's fair.
He's also considerably older than Rocky Balboa.
Okay, and that's fine, but Drago has killed this man. So
and had many more high-level fights. Apollo was a high-level fighter much before Rocky ever was.
So also, though, Apollo didn't take that fight with Drago seriously.
Exactly, it was an exhibition.
I get all of that, but you have to look at it through the minds of Adrian here, where she's like, "Oh, I know this guy is a better athlete than my husband, and he just died, and now he doesn't have a family. Like his family doesn't have a father to raise him, and now I don't want the same thing to happen to my husband because my lifestyle is going to go down, and my family won't have a father. So I don't want this fight. So I can see it from her side.
Okay,
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying, like,
there's a difference in the conversation being, Rocky, I don't want to lose you, and I don't want you to die to you can't win.
You can't say that.
Well, yeah, but if you
and
go
literally
and say,
driving
Rocky,
him to a depression where
die.
he's so depressed he won't even train. So she knows he's going to fight at this point.
And then what about Rocky 2? What about Rocky 2? When he went 12 rounds with the heavyweight champion of the world and was seconds away from winning and now gets an opportunity in a rematch, and she'd rather live in fucking poverty in South Philadelphia than let him go and try to become the heavyweight champion of the world.
She's the fucking worst.
I got nothing.
What about Rocky 3?
I got nothing for that.
When he loses to Clubber Lang and they're out in LA and Rocky is struggling with his training and she's just berating him, screaming, "You're afraid! You're afraid! What the fuck are you with this woman,
bitch?"
So I'm not 100% well versed in the Rocky, but Adrian, she was in The Godfather's trilogy.
She was.
Right?
Talia Shire
She's the one that got her ass beat.
Yes,
so maybe she had a head injury. Maybe that's
you know how many times I rewatched Godfather just to watch her get her
ass beat after watching
Rocky. You know.
Well, maybe that's why she did. Maybe
I'm not condoning that. Of course, is all in the fictional movies. Of course, not condoning that in real life. I would just like to specify that before we.
Excellent point.
We're talking about fictional characters. Like when China gets to wrestle Chris Jericho, you're not supposed to do that, but it's fun to watch. And
by the way, today's like an anniversary of China winning like the U.S. title or something.
The Intercontinental title. She was the first woman to ever own the Intercontinental. Yeah, beat Jeff
Jarrett. How much of a jobber do you have to be to lose to China in that?
Nah, come on.
If you remember,
I love Jeff Jarrett. I think he was a great worker, but how shitty is it that he had to take a fall to her?
Well, do you know the deal behind that? He was on his way out. It was his last show.
They had Jeff Jarrett beating up Mae Young and the Fabulous Moolah. He was kicking old women in the ring. He needed to be beaten by a woman.
How much has wrestling changed since then? Like back in the day, they used to slap the shit out of them. Now in like a mixed tag team match, like when the woman gets tagged in, the other one's automatically in. Like they can't even wrestle against each other.
Well,
I think that's actually anti-feminist.
Yeah, because everybody should be treated equal, right?
I mean, it was always that way in a mixed tag match. It was China kind of broke that barrier, and it was really Jeff Jarrett. If you rewatch,
I've been rewatching the shit out of everybody.
So I'm rewatching the Attitude Era, and Jeff Jarrett.
By the way, China might have a bigger penis than all of us.
He goes on. He hits women with a guitar. Jeff Jarrett
does.
Yeah,
he hits them with a weapon. He goes full Trevor Bauer. Okay, like full Trevor Bauer.
That might be a little gauche.
Yeah, but let's not go there. We've already had one employee get reprimanded for a Trevor Bauer reference earlier this week.
Well, I thought that was a proper reference. He just went full Trevor Bauer. That's all. It's clean. It's clean. It's not rugged around. That's not rough around the edges at all. Pun intended.
Wow.
Reckless. There you go. Just throw that up. Again, it's speculation. Of course, it's speculation.
We always have to have that one ready to go.
You should always have that. I should just be up all the time.
What else we have go on this week, guys?
They
found that prick Brian Laundrie.
How about Aaron Rodgers?
They found him?
Screaming.
No, I said they still haven't.
Oh,
they're not gonna find him. I think he's
Dog the Bounty Hunter. Dog the Bounty Hunter broke his.
He's got to be dead. He's got to be dead.
He's dead. He's dead.
What about Aaron Rodgers fucking screaming at the Bears fans today?
I love that.
I've owned you.
I fucking.
Did you see his press conference?
No.
Mm-hmm.
So after the game, they asked him about it, and he's like, "Yeah, I scored the touchdown." I looked up, and there was like this older lady, like in her 60s, just double burdened me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, well I still own you, bitch. I still own you."
I really like Aaron Rodgers, and I don't give a fuck mode. Like, I really like I don't give a fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, I would hate him on my team, but by God, yes, I love him watching him.
It's just kind of fun.
I thought it was awesome.
What the fuck is Kyle doing over there? He's like texting and burning heaters. What are you doing over there? Get your head in the game.
I was doing some research here. I was looking up some stuff here. I'm not done with Adrian. I fucking hate her.
I do too. I agree. Could not agree more.
How could you not encourage your husband to fucking honor the death of his best friend and your family friend? You want him to be a coward to Russia? So first of all, you're a fucking traitor.
Commie bastard.
Like, so if that never happened, like eyes couldn't change and yous couldn't change and we alls couldn't change. You know what I mean?
Rocky Balboa ended the Cold War in reality. Okay? In real life, Rocky Balboa ended the Cold War.
Respect.
When he stands there and says that, if I can change and you can change, we all can change, that's when the Cold War ended, not when the fucking wall fell. Then, that's when it ended.
That's exactly
Any
right.
shot that Rambo's more badass than Rocky?
No.
Wow.
No.
I don't know, man.
How dare you?
No, Rocky Balboa has beaten.
Rambo's a goddamn mercenary. Went into places and fucking just won wars as a one-man army.
No, Rambo chose the military over prison. Rocky fought for his fucking nation and for the world. All Rambo did is not want to go to jail in the 80s.
Also, in the Creed movie, Rocky Balboa also beats cancer. So let's not forget that.
Thank you.
There's no opponent Rocky Balboa can't beat. He beat brain damage. He beat cancer. He beat two large black men, and he beat an overpowering Russian.
Now
what can he beat?
Yeah, like Rambo's a problem. The fuck is Rambo gonna do?
And a street fighter in a movie that I won't acknowledge happened, but in a street fight, he beat a guy with AIDS.
He did, and didn't get him.
Whoa, we're just beating on AIDS patients now?
No,
it's a fact.
He beat
Johnny
everything.
Had AIDS.
Yeah, he did, and then he didn't, and then he did, and then he didn't.
Correct.
You know what he didn't beat? Father Time, because he's dead.
Who's
Rocky
dead?
Balboa's beaten Father Time. He's still alive.
Rocky Balboa.
He'll be dead soon.
Fuck you.
Jesus, what the fuck is wrong with you?
They kill Rocky Balboa in a movie, I fucking riot.
Look, I like to make jokes about people who aren't dead yet or are already dead, but you
first off, I'm not talking about the real person here, Kyle.
Rocky Balboa is a real person. He's in the Boxing Hall of Fame, you idiot.
Yeah. What the fuck is wrong? So he has a fucking statue in the city of Philadelphia.
How ridiculous! Can we talk about that for a minute? Can we talk about that seriously? How ridiculous is the city of Philadelphia, of all the shit that they boo in this world, they get behind a fictional character statue in the middle of their town?
Are you not a Rocky? What is your fucking problem?
What's wrong with you?
Rocky Balboa exemplifies the human spirit.
So you've never listened to The Burning Heart and imagined yourself in a Trans Am?
There should be a Rocky Balboa statue in every major American city.
No, there shouldn't.
Agreed. There should be a Rocky Balboa statue at every elementary school so
Probably
men can learn how to be men again.
Boxer of all time, Rocky Balboa.
It's in my mind, the greatest living Americans are Tom Brady and Rocky Balboa.
Well, Tom Brady made out with his kid, so I'm out on that. But
that's being a loving father, Kyle.
I love that. That's your line, Kyle.
Try it.
Making out with your kid.
Maybe you ever see.
Have you not seen the clip? Have you not?
Yes, we've all seen the clip.
Do I need to show you the clip again? Do we need to put it on the screen?
He calls his kid back. Let me ask you this question, Kyle, because we're going to get into this because Brian and I both have sons, and obviously you have your made-up son.
Yes.
At what age do you stop kissing him on the mouth?
Way younger than that, like 2 or something.
Okay, my son is going on 7, and I still do it.
Okay, stop, please.
My son.
I'm just kidding. 7's probably all right, but it was the way he did it. No. Hold on. You can't put it like it's not like giving him a kiss, like "Love you, son."
Kiss you in the mouth?
It's like it's not like grabbing him and saying "I love you." Mwah, be safe. I love you. I'll see you when you get home. This was laying on a table while another man was massaging you. And
that's very weird.
And then the kid says, "Dad, I can't remember if it was PlayStation or get a PlayStation game or buy a character or something." And he's like, "Sure, but give me a kiss first." So the kid walks over, leans down to his dad, laying with no clothes on, with the man massaging him, kisses him. I thought it was a fairly hearty kiss for father-son. Hold on. The kid walks away, and Tom Brady says, "Hey, what was that? That was just a peck," and makes him come back and fucking move his head around while he's kissing him. Are you like, how is that the same?
That's called fatherly love, you animal.
No, that's disgusting as fuck.
So a couple things on that.
No fucking way.
For one, my son's 11, and I couldn't tell you the last time he kissed me in the mouth. Like he grew out of it on his own. Like he was like, "Yeah, it'd be really fucking weird if I kissed my dad."
Unless
in the
not,
mouth.
then whatever. You know what I mean? To each their own. Again, I'm not making
now. Secondly, Tom Crean also tongue kissed his kid in the stands. So which is more weird, Brady kissing his kid or Tom Crean kissing his?
Was it his son or was it his dog?
I can't remember, but
pretty
either way, but you can't tongue kiss your daughter, you fucking weirdo.
I think they're one. You ever heard of 1A? You ever heard of a tie? That's a tie. They're both weird as fuck. Both of them.
Yeah, but one's awesome and one sucks.
They both suck. It's both gross.
Either way, Tom Brady and Rocky Balboa are the greatest living Americans.
I don't like the Tom Brady.
I don't accept any discussion on the two. There's no one better.
So you're telling me that Tom Brady is a better?
It was his son. It was his son.
Okay, that's weird.
I also have a picture of Bill Belichick tongue kissing one of his kids.
No, you do not. Well, I mean, I guess
Bill Belichick doesn't even acknowledge his kids.
Yeah,
Steve, the fucking psychopath.
Look, anyone listening, if you don't believe me about the Tom Brady, just pull it up yourself. You can see it, and you tell me if that's creepy or not. I'll leave that up to you.
I'm looking right here. Well, you know what? I've also
he calls him back for a second dose and makes it longer. He saes that
I've got a picture. So
BlackJack, you say you still kiss your son in the mouth. That's fine. When he kisses you and leaves, do you go, "That wasn't a big enough kiss. Come back here and give me some more"?
That has there's a picture. There's a picture of Tom Brady kissing his dad in the mouth after a Super Bowl.
Cool. Did his dad say that wasn't long enough?
My children are convinced that Tom Brady is a kidnapper.
Yes. I like it. Oh, this is a good story. Like
they were
this
here
is no
one day.
joke.
I have Tom Brady's book on my coffee table, and the kids were here one day, and an Amber Alert came over the TV, and they were like, "What is that about?" And I'm like, "Oh, that means that someone's been kidnapped." And they were by the Tom Brady book, and they opened it up, and Brady's doing like all these stretches and shit. And they're like, "Oh, Tom Brady must have kidnapped the kid." So now anytime they hear the name Tom Brady, they just shout, "He's a kidnapper."
No,
all you have to do is a simple correction. Be like, "Kids, he's not a kidnapper, but he does like to make out with his own children. So don't ever go in a room alone with him."
In all seriousness, they do that. I witnessed it firsthand. Like, middle of a restaurant. Oh, there's Tom Brady. Oh, he's a kidnapper in the middle of fucking Sarasota, Florida.
Yeah. They're not fans of Tom Brady, which is terrible. It's their worst quality, honestly.
I love it. It's their worst quality. I love it. Kudos to them. They're good judges of character.
It's bad news.
Good
like
judges
me, though,
of character.
So be careful.
Trying to figure out how Tom Brady's better than Hulk Hogan. And I know the obvious answer. Let's not take the low-hanging fruit here as one mistake, okay?
Well, no, that's not my answer. My answer is Hulk Hogan had a horrible sex tape.
Speaking of that sex tape, I'm glad you said that because do you remember?
Do you think Tom Brady's would be great? Do you think he'd be awesome?
Oh yeah, Tom Brady can fuck. Come on, it's Tom Brady. Tom Brady fucks like nobody else.
Hold up. So
really?
So,
buddy,
you'll like this, BlackJack. So you remember this Hogan sex tape? Do you remember who was involved in that?
It was Bubba the Love Sponge's wife.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm watching Investigation Discovery the other day, and in the middle of this show, fucking Bubba the Love Sponge pops up because he played a fucking 911 tape on his fucking show, and they found the fucking murderer. So they were fucking interviewing Shock the Puss, Bubba the Love Sponge, who is one of the most ridiculous. By the way, his show was incredible.
It was
when it was on Sirius.
My thing with Hogan is, first, I felt very bad.
Hogan's a shitbag of a human, right?
Hold on. Oh, no, I don't think that's the case. I really don't. I felt bad for Hogan because he got...
You know how many vitamins I took because of Hulk Hogan?
Hogan got built in that divorce worse than almost anyone's gotten taken in a divorce in American history. I mean, his divorce set fucking records. Like, he got killed in that divorce. Also, she was awful. Like, he did an A&E documentary years ago
Dr. Dre says hello, by the way.
Who?
Dr. Dre. with his divorce. He's actually coming out of fucking retirement to do a goddamn halftime show at the Super Bowl.
Hold on. I'm not talking raw dollars. I'm talking percentage of income. Hogan lost everything. And she just he was out of town, and then he came home to an empty house. Kids were gone. House is empty. He's in there by himself, fucking suicidal. Like, I mean, bad
That's how
shit.
mine went. That's how mine went. I wasn't suicidal, though. I was like, I'll see the kids in a couple days. I'm going to Hooters.
And so,
how's Brooke Hogan aging, by the way?
I think pretty well. But then shortly
Hulk
after
Hogan would fuck you up, Brian. He would pick you up and smoke your ass.
Shortly after the wife leaves, his son Nick gets in that car accident where someone gets killed, and now they're suing Hogan, and he's got no money left. Well, it wasn't Nick Hogan was a passenger, but they're suing Hogan, and he's got no money. It was awful. But then this whole sex
Nick was the driver.
No, Nick wasn't driving. It was Nick's car.
Mm-hmm.
It was Nick's car in Hogan's name.
Are we saying Nick wasn't driving, or are we saying?
I mean, I don't think there was evidence Nick was driving, but whatever. Either way, the liability fell on Hogan.
Yeah.
So then this sex tape comes out, and it's a bad sex tape. It is. It's a bad sex tape.
It's not good for him.
He looks bad in it. And then he sues them, and in order to win this lawsuit, he's got to get on the witness stand and admit that he's got a small dick. Because their whole thing was, you've talked about your penis on Howard Stern, and if you're talking about your penis, well, then it's fair game that a sex tape is out there. And he says, no, I was talking about Hulk Hogan's penis, not Terry Bollea's penis, which is actually much smaller.
Wait a minute. So you're okay, so I did not know this. Now I'm fully fascinated in this. Can we get the transcript of this? The
transcript's fascinating. It's fascinating. There's a great
podcast. Is this public record that I can just
listen to a podcast called Legal Wars. The first 3 episodes are about the Hogan Gawker trial, and it goes through all of this. Wow. And the gist of Gawker's argument was, if you talk about your sex life publicly, then you can't sue us for publishing a sex tape. And his argument was, Hulk Hogan and Terry Bollea are different people. And when he talked about having a 10-inch penis, that was Hulk Hogan's penis. Terry Bollea's penis is more like 5 inches.
Oh.
Okay, so let me ask you this. How did that work out? I don't know how this lawsuit ended up.
Well, Hogan bankrupted Gawker. He won $130 million.
Okay, yeah. So everybody agreed with him, right?
Yeah. The jury gave him he sued them for $70 million. The jury gave him 130.
Okay, well, let this be a lesson to all of us. We have alter egos, one with a big penis.
I
and one
certainly
with
have an alter ego.
Well, correct. Yeah, I wasn't going to go tomorrow. There. So I'm just saying, yeah. Okay, B-Ho has a huge giant penis. Myself, Brian, very tiny little penis.
Listen, BlackJack Fletcher is packing a fucking hog, all right?
I like my hog. I think it's nice, and I could probably
BlackJack Fletcher is
I'm gonna try to get some audio evidence of that. We'll get her on. We'll get her on this shit.
By the way, Chase, our boy Chase, may or may not have texted me that another member of the BTV crew is fucking packing a goddamn Warhammer.
Gotta be XFL Jim.
It was not.
No, I'm thinking XFL Jim is more of a
Mantis.
He said no. He's like,
what's his dick would he have seen?
He's like, this dude got out of the hot tub, and I could see it against his fucking leg, and it makes Teddy Bridgewater look like a fucking child.
Is it Leo?
I'm just saying, man.
Is it Leo?
That's what he said.
Because his girlfriend said he's got a big dick.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Congrats. See, look, we're doing good things for Leo on this episode.
Chase said
Leo's girlfriend said when she talks about him to her friends, she refers to him as Captain Big Dick.
Mm.
Yeah, well, apparently Chase is agreeing with that.
I'm waiting for the phone to ring.
Wow, that is fantastic. Does Leo want to come on and confirm this? Not by showing.
Why don't we call him up? Just call him up and see what he says.
Let's call
Chase. We call Leo on this show.
Hey, Leo.
I don't think he's going to answer. We'll see.
Yeah, he is. He's been working hard these last couple of days, but he had to fill in for me finally.
What?
Leo.
Yes.
You're live on the backdoor cover.
Nope. I don't want to know.
Hold on. Brian.
Hold on, just wait. It's not bad.
Complimentary towards
this
you.
This is good. You're going to like this.
Brian just said that Chase told him that he was in the hot tub with you in Vegas and that you have a gigantic dick.
Thank you.
He said, quote, he puts Teddy Bridgewater to shame.
Wow.
Okay.
Confirm or deny?
I mean, I'll take it.
What do you mean you'll take it, you
Let's
fucker?
talk to his girlfriend.
I'll take the compliment.
Where's Jay at? Put Jay on the phone.
Talk to Jay. Let's talk to Jay. I want to talk to her. Jay.
No.
Leo, are we in double-digit inches?
It's everything.
Leo, just fucking shoot the shit. Like, be honest here.
No, I'm good. Does Chase strike you as a liar?
Are we over under 9.5?
Does Chase strike you as a liar?
What's the line?
Okay.
So, what's the line? Over 9.5. What's the
I'm asking
line?
you over under 9.5.
Minus 225 or plus 130?
Fully erect.
Oh, he's probably a shower, not a grower. If he's that.
That's what I'm a grower, not a shower.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm with Kyle on this. Definitely grow. Yeah. No.
A grower. Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Are we in double digits, Leo?
I don't know. I haven't really broken out the rules.
Come on, you know what 10 inches looks like.
Shut up, Leo.
Sufficient, boys. You've seen my girlfriend. I've clearly outkicked my coverage.
So you're saying it's your dick?
I mean, it definitely couldn't hurt, right?
I mean, that's the only thing. Leo, with your misshapen body, my dog is out kicking your coverage, for fuck's sake. You have kicked 4 football fields out of your coverage. Any woman that will touch you.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, buddy.
So if we had a line over 9.5, is it minus 180 or plus 130?
Where would you tell us to put our money?
Yeah. Are we taking the underdog or are we taking the favorite?
I don't know, man. Feels like a pretty good line.
Or are we going to get the backdoor cover, pun intended?
Oh, so we're playing a draw on the 9.5?
See what I did there? That's a pro move, by the way. You guys should write that down.
Yeah,
now, let's just say you're 9.5. When Brian's in the room, what are you?
Oh, dude, that's a solid 13.
Fucking stop right now. By the way, let me ask you this: why does Colleen think only 6, 7, or 8 people are watching this? Because she's watching from one of the streams and not realizing how many are really.
You know, it actually does really well on the replay. People love the.
All right, we're gonna let you go, Leo. Thanks for talking about your.
Love you, Leo.
Love you. Good job. Congratulations.
Warhammer.
Congratulations on the hog. That a babe.
Yeah, no shit.
That a
Proud
babe.
of you.
Colleen, what does Colleen have to say here?
She's a great. I love Colleen, by the way. She's a great viewer. Follows everything.
Well, click it and put it up there.
We're trying to get women on the show. We've had women on the show.
Colleen, would you like to come on?
Colleen, come on the show.
Not me. She says not me.
Oh, not me. Sorry, not me. I see that right there. Keyword.
An honest woman. Are you not an honest woman?
How am I supposed to bring a real good honest woman on this show?
Look at us. Do we look like we know any honest women?
Yeah, she's
Colleen, that's just on one feed. This goes out over like 6 different feeds. So
yeah.
But
this does great on the YouTube replay, by the way.
It does great there, and the Twitter is where we get most of the numbers. So,
yo, I do want you.
We want Colleen's great. I like Colleen. Very smart too.
What's Colleen look like?
Colleen's a pretty girl here.
Are you just making this up?
No, I feel like Colleen's
nice hair. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything bad about any woman on any stream other than my ex-wife and, of course, Adrian, Dorothy, Pam from The Office.
Pam is the worst, too.
Pam. Fuck Pam. You started
Pam
a whole
is so
other
awful.
thing. Fuck. Pam may be the worst.
Awful. Awful. Listen, I love that show.
Me too.
But I could make the case that everyone on that show except for Kevin is a
Kyle
bad
does have
person.
her pick. Kyle, text me your pick. I want to see it.
I don't have her pick like that. It's just on her Twitter, and she's a very lovely young lady. I like the glasses. That always intrigues me, of course.
All right, well, you're going to need to send us her Twitter.
Yeah, send us a Twitter.
Okay, how do I do that? I don't know how to do that.
fucking
I
do it.
don't know. Just fucking.
Oh, I
say
got it.
out
I
loud.
got it. I got it. I'll send it in the hold
In
on,
the
let me copy
DM.
and paste.
Pam is the worst.
Pam is awful.
Again,
from
you
The
want to
Office.
talk about an unsupportive woman.
Pam
like
and
to-
Angela. Angela sucks too. She sucked the life
Hold
out
on.
of Dwight
Hold
Schrute.
on.
No,
hold
Angela
on,
was
hold on,
perfect for that show.
Angela is bad, but she's
she's
not as
supposed
bad
to
as
be.
Pam.
No,
No,
Angela's
you're right.
supposed to
You're
be
right.
bad. She's meant to be the
Pam-
villain.
Pam gets Jim, who treats her like a fucking queen.
Look,
Okay,
look, she just
I mean-
fucking put out her whole name.
looks at this woman like the fucking sun rises and sets in her eyes. And then he's a fucking paper salesman in Scranton. He tries to better their lives by moving to Philadelphia, not Los Angeles, not fucking Fargo, North Dakota, Philadelphia. And she's like, this is a deal breaker for me, and wants to go fuck the camera guy.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Pam Beasley
Fucking bitch.
sucks.
And you ruined the fucking show, you whore.
She's awful.
Okay. And again, we're
All right,
talking about a
so-
fictional women character from a TV show. Of course,
Yeah,
we don't talk
Pam.
about
Pam
real
Beasley.
people
Fuck
that
her.
way, but her character is awful. So you skipped ahead way past where she started being a piece of shit. Okay. Let's start
When she
right
left
here in
Roy,
season
when she dropped Roy.
let's start
fucking
in
Jim.
When she's
Let-
engaged to Roy and
let's
is
start in
having an
season
emotional
1.
affair with a coworker.
She's having an emotional affair with a coworker. She's playing mind games with him, by the way. She kisses him at the
Nope.
first ever Dundies when
Nope.
they're leaving the goddamn bar.
True.
Chili's.
And then,
It
and
was a
then-
Chili's.
and then wants to act, it was the Dundies was the award, but of course it was
At the
Chili's. We know
Chili's.
that. But the Dundies is the award show that they do every year. So it's the Dundies that Michael Scott so graciously puts on. She kisses Jim. She plays music in his ear for him,
Yep.
and then wants to act surprised when he has feelings. Continues this relationship, flaunting Roy in front of Jim, knowing that there's chemistry there. There's no way. People always try to play dumb, like, I didn't even know you liked me. Yeah, fucking right. You know, when someone comes up and eats 48 M&Ms, once every 10 minutes at work, that they want to fuck you. Okay, let's just call it what it is. Jim makes her dinner on the roof, gives her that little Christmas gift with all the little things and she has no idea. No, she flaunts the Roy relationship, then rejects Jim's advances, hurts his feelings, makes him move away, then stays with Roy for a little bit more time, decides at the altar, hey, fuck you, Roy, who's, I know he had
What
the
a
one outburst at the
bitch.
bar, but by all accounts, seemed like a pretty decent guy and liked her quite a
Turned
bit.
out to be a great guy.
Turned out to be a great guy in the show.
But he was just the right woman.
Yeah, had a great when he had a supportive woman who wasn't fucking having a secret affair behind his back, which again, sometimes those things can happen, but in this scenario, it should not have happened. just from my own personal thing there. And sorry, I got distracted by Colleen messaging here. What a sweet
Well,
lady.
I was
sent you guys.
so hold on. I gotta Roy's a Malacca. You're a Malacca. Go ahead and finish up because I want to touch on Colleen for a minute. Not like real life.
You want to
physically,
touch on Colleen?
Don't
No,
be so
I-
handsy.
No, you know what I'm saying.
Are you already trying to move on after? Can we verify that Carrie's alive, please?
She's alive. I swear to God.
Are you sure?
I
Because
got
it
her
feels
to
like you're
apply for
moving
a
on
new
like
job
Scott
today.
Peterson right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Jesus Christ, dude.
You're moving
stop.
on.
Scott Peterson, totally innocent, by the way.
Yeah,
I firmly believe
100%.
that.
So is Carl Broberg.
Well,
No, I
Scott
believe
Peterson's
Scott
in-
Peterson's innocent.
No,
No
I
way you
believe Carl
believe that,
Broberg's innocent. What are we doing?
I have a documentary for you to watch that will convince you he is innocent.
Really?
It's on Hulu. You go
Okay.
watch it. It's a 6-parter, 6 hours. You got to
What's it
really
called?
devote some time to it. Something about Lacey Peterson. Google
Let's
Lacey
hurry it
Peterson.
up because
Okay,
I've
I
got
have
an
Hulu.
actual.
I have
I've got an
Hulu.
actual media box, so I'll look it up.
Lacey Peterson on Hulu. You'll find it. 6 episodes. You will be convinced
All right.
Scott Peterson is innocent.
Kyle, finish this up, man. Come on.
Oh yeah, Pam. I mean that was basically it. And then as it moves forward, you're right. Let's talk about the little college experience, right? So you think it's okay? You're a boyfriend who has fawned over you for years. You guys have gone through all of this. You left your ex-fiance.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely, I mean, you just crushed him. You put Jim through absolute hell.
Calls for her to become an alcoholic.
And then you go on this little rant because you walked across some coals on the beach and you tell him you miss him as if he's supposed to care. Then he finally gets with you, decide you want to go to art school. You know damn well you had no talent. Your pictures fucking suck.
He leaves him to go to New York for 4 months, and that's okay. But him going to Philadelphia is not okay.
Absolutely not okay. Yeah,
even though he was trying to better the family.
Correct, and she was just bettering herself.
Correct. And she wasn't a good artist. She was an absolute, just dreadful, fucking pathetic form of art. I mean, her drawings were terrible. She hangs out with some young college guy all night, leaves Jim on the phone while he talks to her about staying and pursuing her dream. And she thinks all of that is fucking okay.
That's Leo's girlfriend, by the way.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow. He's
Where
definitely
did that come
over
from?
9.5. Wow.
Jay, would you like to come on the show and discuss?
Twitter comment. Definitely over 9.5.
Look at Leo.
Now we know why Jay.
That's the only way, because he's shaping like a giant, like overgrown garden gnome, you know? His pants are like a 42-30, you know? It's really strange.
Yeah, Pam Beasley is the worst. She is
bad. She's bad. She's real fucking bad. I don't know if it's to Rose level from Titanic, but I don't want to get pissed off.
I mean, Rose is just, again, another example of a horrible woman. Mm-hmm. I mean, this guy goes all out for her. She's with an abusive man.
And should we say, let me cut you off just real quick. Should we say it would take us 10 years, 20 years, nonstop, 24 hours a day to talk about all the bad men in the world? The reason we're talking about this is because not as many of you exist. So please don't take this as sexist or mean. It's
you can take it however you want. All right. This is the bottom line. There are a great many unsupportive women out there.
Yes.
So wow. The bottom line here is Rose is in an abusive relationship. Okay. Mm-hmm. Jack comes and introduces her to a world of joy. Mm-hmm. She has all the resources in the world to do whatever she wants. Mm-hmm. Okay. She leads this guy on, sleeps with him. Mm-hmm. And then the boat is sinking. And not only does she not offer him room on the fucking piece of wood, which there was room on the wood.
Well, she offered it one time, and then why would we ever try again? Like your life isn't valuable enough to try twice.
She takes the fucking diamond and throws it into the water. Maybe establish, I don't know, like a charity or a foundation in Jack's name. Maybe do something to keep him alive. Instead, you just fucking toss it, you spoiled, ungrateful bitch.
And let's all not forget, while you do what in the Scott Peterson is going on. I mean, yeah. And apparently he's innocent. I haven't watched it. So
apparently they always think I've killed Carrie. Carrie's still alive.
I firmly believe that man did not kill her.
Then who did it?
I believe, I don't want to spoil it for you.
Don't spoil it. I want to watch it.
I don't want to spoil it for you, but I will tell you in the 6th episode, I think it becomes very clear who did kill her.
Let me ask you this. Was it Nate from Ted Lasso?
No, but it could have been.
Okay, also, one of the top 5 scumbag men in all of TV.
Correct, but we're talking about women here. We're talking about bad women.
One thing about Rose, too, that we overlooked. Not only...
Rose did give it up to a poor man.
Not only did she do they only tried... So they try one
time.
Fuck
you,
to get
Skywalker. OJ didn't. A jury of his peers acquitted him.
So they try one time. They try one time. Skywalker's cool as hell, by the way. So he's having fun.
Not that cool. He said OJ did it. Fuck him.
Go ahead,
this team not only did she only want him to try. So he tries. Team OJ. He tries once to get on the door. Obviously, it's a little shaky. They didn't plan it out. They didn't shift the weight and they didn't plan it out. She just gives up. So he's like, you know what, baby? I'm going to give up my life for you. I'm going to hang here. And she goes, I promise you. I promise you. She looks him in the fucking eyes while he's dying. I promise you. I'll never let go. And then the fucking second
the lights go out,
he is dead. That bitch just lets go, shoves him down. There you go. Just leaves him there. So she doesn't even try to pull the dead body up to give him a proper burial at this point. She just lets go. Like she just
have fun in the ice cold Atlantic.
It's fucked up. It was
Hey,
fucked up.
speaking of the Titanic, have you ever
This guy fucking-
seen like the conspiracy theory that the Titanic wasn't the actual boat that sank?
I think that's nonsense. I'm pretty sure it sank.
No, they're saying a different one sank. But
Pretty sure
anyways, all right. So let's talk about Colleen for a second. First off, she looks cool as fuck.
She is
Would
cool.
love to go out fucking drinking with her. She looks like a party.
I'm glad you
And
added drinking
that's
to
not in
that.
a sexual way at all,
I thought that was
Colleen.
inappropriate.
but
Also,
is it slightly sexual?
no, not at all. I'm not. No,
Like a little-
I'm
So
happily
are you saying
married.
Colleen's not a sexual woman?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
She says
for me.
okay. Colleen's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, she looks like she's cool as shit. Her only flaw that I can tell is that she's a Philly fan, and so she'll probably boo the fuck out of us the whole time we're trying to drink and have fun. I don't know. What do you thoughts? Have you looked up? Like, what are we doing here? And
I
she's
just-
probably smarter than any of us by far.
Oh, 100%.
What is her Twitter? I haven't seen her.
I sent it on our
He
DM.
sent it in the
on
DM.
Twitter.
Oh,
you
in the
fuck.
DMs. All right. I don't check DMs.
I saw she was a Philly fan, so I sent her a picture of me and Bryce Harper, but Bryce Harper has hard nipples.
What are your
She's
nipples
excited to see
doing?
me.
What are your nipples doing?
Colleen,
My
let's
nipples
have
are
some
fine.
fun. Let's go out and have
But
some
bro-
fun.
But Bryce Harper has a sucker in his mouth and hard nipples. I'm just saying he was in a picture with me.
I almost read that wrong for a second. I was like, wait, Kyle's gotten my boobs. I didn't do any such
Yeah, I
thing.
was like, boobs. Wait a minute. He didn't send us those.
I did no such thing. I'm innocent.
What are we
But yes,
drinking
I
over
get
there,
the-
BlackJack?
Canadian Club.
I am an anti-Philly fan, but I do love Rocky. The only athlete I love from Philadelphia is Rocky Balboa till the end of time. That's it. The
All
rest of them can fuck off.
I think we're going to call this a night. It's been an
Let's
hour
do
and a
it.
half.
Fuck you. Fuck
Yep.
you.
I'm good. We'll be back next Sunday with another edition of the Backdoor Cover, 11 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. It's the only place you're going to hear shit like this.
It's so bad. We're probably getting fired from everything tomorrow.
That
Actually,
happens every week.
What?
I think I'm
Wait,
Teflon
wait.
now. Everyone
We've
did get
been
fired, but me,
way
so I'm-
worse.
Well, if the abortion shirt didn't get us fired, nothing's getting us
That's
I was
fair.
like, we've been way worse than this.
Yeah, this was pretty laid back, honestly. R.I.P. Carrie. Exactly. I'll be tweeting her tomorrow, and I know Brian
Confirming
has.
her. Yeah, she's alive. I swear to God.
That's exactly.
I couldn't
what a
live
murderer
without
would
her.
say.
BlackJack could confirm
He
that.
can. He can't do laundry. He's fucking hopeless.
Can't reach the top of the goddamn washing machine.
No, we're not poor. We've got a front load.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Wow. Shots fired.
All right. We're out. We'll see you next week.